The Monsterverse has in its bank a lot of monsters that have appeared in both the movies and the comics, and also some that will make an appearance in the big screen sooner or later. So on this list we will talk about the 7 mammalian monsters that have appeared in Skull Island, the comics and KOTM. We have already done a video about the flying titans and the aquatic titans as well, so we will now focus on the kaiju that are more related to us humans, as we are all mammals too. We will exclude the ordinary animals, and also we will exclude the titans and other creatures that are not really confirmed or have a high chance to be in the mammalian superclass. Of course we are all thinking about Kong, but believe me, there are others as well. So check this video out and subscribe if you haven't, since we have quite a lot of viewers that are not really a part of our family yet. So let's go with number 1, Death Jackals. The first on this list are the Death Jackals, also known as the Spinemortem. They are mammalian / reptilian kaiju that first appeared in the Monsterverse comic Skull Island: The Birth of Kong. These Death Jackals resemble a cross between a large dinosaur raptors and wolves or hyenas with long limbs and hair like spikes. They have long snouted reptilian faces and a spiky mane running down the back of their necks. It is unclear if they are primarily bipedal or quadrupedal, as many individuals are seen missing some limbs. They have the agility of a leopard and the bite force of a great white shark. These are one of the most hyper-energetic creatures on the island. They are also hyper-carnivorous and will devour their own kind if a meal is hard to come by. They are believed to be 7 to 12 feet tall and twice as long. Number 2, the Icarus Tigress. The second one on this list is yet another large mammal carnivore of Skull Island, and this one resembles an overgrown white Bengal tiger, but with a footprint length of 5 feet or 1.5 meters and a height of around 14 feet tall. Some depictions of the beast have huge stag-like antlers, while others have curved, elongated teeth similar to saber-toothed cats. Icarus Tigress was the only one of many creatures not to be featured in the film's tie-in comic series Skull Island: The Birth of Kong, although it will appear in GVK Kingdom Kong, due to release in 2021. It has reddish-black stripes running throughout the body, and its face is tinted a bright red with a pair of palish blue eyes. Also known as the Holy Tiger, they are elusive and almost mystical, and they seem to avoid direct contact with humans. Number 3, the Scare Buffalo. Next we have the Scare Buffalo. Seen in the 2017 Kong Skull Island movie, this animal is a very large water buffalo which is quite harmless and more or less a gentle giant. These giant scare buffaloes greatly resemble abnormally large water buffaloes, but with several differences. They possess incredibly large horns that have forked into at least 3 branches. The scare buffaloes also have algae covering much of their bodies, probably due to their habit of being underwater. Their backs are shaped like coral, and this physical feature allows them to camouflage with their surroundings. These beasts are around 20 to 40 feet tall, way larger than an elephant or a non-sauropod dinosaur. They can use their massive horns as powerful and dangerous weapons against anything that they perceive as threats. Number 4, Titanos Kong. I bet we all know who he is by now, but let's see what Monarch has to say. Standing over 100 feet tall, the beast they call Kong is a primate of such size and ferocity that his very existence rewrites every chapter of evolutionary theory. More mountain than mammal, he walks upright on 2 legs, his towering form shaking the ground with each thunderous step. It is hard to say how Kong has existed, but initial analysis of bone structure and teeth suggests that the creature is still an adolescent. He is still growing. Although the 2017 Kong was in fact from the 1970s, the Kong from the comics Birth of Kong was twice that height at around 200 feet tall, and in 2021 when he comes face to face against the G-Man, he will rival the size of Godzilla himself, who stands at 400 feet tall. This will make him the largest ever incarnation of the character. Number 5, Titanos Behemoth. This was an original kaiju created by Legendary for the 2019 Godzilla King of the Monsters movie. He was in fact a mammalian titan that was created so that Kong wouldn't be the only one of his animal superclass in existence. Behemoth resembles a prehistoric ground sloth with large curved tusks resembling those of a mammoth. He is covered in light brown fur, while his head resembles that of a mammoth with a short taper-like trunk. He has a row of serrated granite spines fortified with metal and ore running down his back, and he has broad fingers bearing very large claws like an anteater, with the hind limbs being started for weight so that he can walk bipedal if he wants to. Behemoth's tusks also appear to have some sort of green algae or vines growing on them. One peculiar thing is that his skin is bulletproof and even fireproof, as missiles and weapons of humans did absolutely nothing to him. And he stands around 354 feet tall, almost the same as the size of Godzilla 2014. Number 6. Titanos Sekhmet. This titan called Titanos Sekhmet is a giant winged felid kaiju created by legendary pitches that appears in the legendary 2019 film Godzilla King of the Monsters, as her name was briefly seen on a monitor screen during the awakening of the Titans by Ghidorah's Alpha Call, whereby they all went on a rampage and started destroying humanity's cities one by one. In mythology, Sekhmet was a goddess of war and the sun, and was depicted as a lioness whose breath was said to form deserts. In the Monsterverse, she is believed to have the appearance of a sphinx or a giant lioness, but before the events of KOTM, and at some point of time back then, Sekhmet had a Monarch outpost designated number 65 built around her in Cairo, Egypt. Nothing much is known about her except that she destroyed a railway during KOTM. And number 7. Titanos Camazotz. This is the last mammalian monster on this list, and this one is none other than Titanos Camazotz, as we just said. A long-awaited entry of the Monsterverse, and this kaiju will make his appearance in the 2021 comics GVK Kingdom Kong, and here he will duel with Kong before Godzilla has his chance. Camazotz is a massive cream-colored creature with demonic horns and facial features that looks like a bat, obviously, as well as large bat-like wings covered in long, sharp spikes. He also has what appears to be black-colored fur covering the entirety of his torso and parts of his neck. His jaws are filled with dozens of jagged dagger-like teeth, and at the end credits of the movie, one of the images shows a bat using echolocation, and it's a possible reference to Camazotz. He will also be another entry into the group of flying titans, which includes Mothra, Rodan, the male Muto, and others like the Shinomura. And with that, we come to the end of this list of the 7 mammalian monsters hailing from Legendary's Monsterverse. So tell us what you think, and if we have missed out number 8, then put it down there in the comments below. And if it's true, we will pin it on top. So leave a like for support and a subscribe, as well as smack that notification bell as well. Smack it hard. Smack it like you mean it. Just smack it right on the floor. Smack it. Give me some more. Ooh.